In this video, we'll look at some simple ways to display output to the user in the command window. So let's say display output, that's our next section here. How do we tell the user what we've calculated? Well, one way we've seen, like for example, if I have a variable that's, let's say, from 1 to 5, I'm going to run that section just to give myself my x here. And one way we've seen to display is to use just x. Run section, we get x equals this. As a comparison, we can try the command display x. So disp means display. That's the basic way to show output to the user in the command window. It says put this in the user's command window for them to look at. Let's see what this looks like compared to the last one. Run section. Notice we didn't get the x equals here. Let me clear this and run it one more time so you can see. Run section. We don't get x equals. When I said just x, I get x equals and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's literally only showing the value of what we're doing. So now we can combine this by saying we can have a string like says display the solution is, and then close that so we can put a string directly into the display command and then display the value like that. So I get the solution is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever the value is that I've got. So we're using it with a matrix, but it could be a string or a scalar, a single numerical value. All those are possible to put into the display command. So that's one way to display things to the user. You can also combine these. You might say, you know, I kind of wish these were on the same line, or if x is just a single number like 5, let's clear this real quick. Oops, CLC this real quick and run section. We might say, wouldn't it be nice if the 5 was like in the same sentence? So let me show you a way to do that. Instead of saying disp and then this string, and then because x has a number in it, it automatically goes to the next line. What we can do is turn the numerical value into a string and combine it with the sentence that we wrote. So let me write this down. Or combine the number as a string with the text we want to display. So that would be like this. I'm going to comment this out so we don't get it. I'll comment it back when I'm done. I lost my, oh, there we go. X is just equal to 5. So I can say display, and then I'm going to build a new array. So the array has two parts, and I'm going to use square brackets. The first part is the string, the solution is, space, close that apostrophe that closes the string, and then because I want these two matrices side by side, I'm going to use a comma and not a semicolon. And then here, the second piece that I want shoved in next to it is the number 5, but as a string. So there's a command called num2string. Let me make sure I got that right. Num2string, I guess I'll see when it works or doesn't work. And then in parentheses, put the x. So I'm saying build a new matrix that consists of the solution is, and then that number turned into a string. Now we close the parentheses for the display, and we can, it doesn't matter actually, display works the same whether you suppress the output or not, because it's already putting something into the command window. So let's run this section and see what happens. So I've got x equals 5, and then the only thing that's going to display is this, where I've said, let's try and get them both together onto a single line. And that's where I get this. If you're really feeling fancy, you could combine it with a period. And now when I run section, I get, it looks like a sentence. So num2string allows us to combine numerical values with strings. There are other ways to do this though that we'll get to in another video. So it changes it to a string, into text, and that allows us to build it into this character array so that we get to build the sentence we want to build. All right, we'll take another look at how to output things to the command window in our next video.